Now, throughout the industrial design process, I know that you're going to be researching, you're going to be sketching, you're going to be CADing, but throughout that entire process, you'll want to be coming to different websites in order to get inspiration, knowledge, and in order to gain a sense of community. As I'm sure you're all aware, we have our staples in design, right? So we have Pinterest. We also have places like Lemonouge, we have places like Yanko Design, Dezeen, and Course 77. But I know that these are all old money, right? These are staples, and I come to them every single design project to research and find out what's going on in the world at the moment, find out some inspiration. Sometimes these websites can become a little bit same old, same old. Don't worry, these are not the 5 new websites that I want to share with you right now, okay? I don't think you've come to this video just to find out that you can go to Pinterest to find design inspiration. And there are also other websites that I think will really help streamline your process, okay? So first things first, I want to show you this website here that I've been using called Savvey. Now, Savvey.it is essentially Pinterest on steroids, right? It is not your granddaddy's Pinterest, okay? It's brand new, it's fresh, and the images that get uploaded here all have a very similar atmosphere, a very similar vibe. It's more to do with generating interest, generating hype. And whereas Pinterest can get slightly, monotonous, it can get really quite mundane. Everything's quite clinical. Well, maybe this is just my Pinterest that's showing me this, but the sort of thing that does well on Pinterest is very different to the sort of thing that does well on Savvey. So the way that it actually works is very similar to Pinterest. With every image that you hover over, there is this add button that you can save for later. You can scroll up to the top here and search maybe something like, I don't know, product, and then see what pops up. And like I said, it's a very different art direction than what you'll find on Pinterest. I find it really fresh. I find it really engaging. So Savvey is the first website that I want to share with you today. Next up on the list is this website, Minimalissimo. So let's say, for example, Savvey was way too over the top for the type of images that you wanted to create, way too vivid and overbearing for the visual style that you were looking for. Let's say that you really want to pare everything back and get right back down to basics. That is where you will find Minimalissimo really comes into its own, okay? Number one, it's a great word to say. I love saying Minimalissimo out loud. And two, this website is amazing for everything from products to interiors to, we have all these different categories down here, homewares, wearables, art. But one thing is for sure, that everything on this website will be super minimal, super clean, really crisp, and really nice high resolution images that you can reference, look at, download, put into mood boards, wherever you want. And I just love the fact that this whole site is really consistent, really coherent, and it branches from really austere images, so images that look quite monotonous and austere and almost uninviting, but then you scroll through and you realize, okay, all of these images are warmed up with various aspects of different materials, the materiality that you find in all of these images across all of the projects, I find really interesting. So if you haven't used Minimalissimo before in the past, I definitely recommend that you give it a go now. Website number 3, Sketchfab. So here's an example. You've been sketching away in your notebook, you started to put your ideas into CAD, whether that's SolidWorks or Rhino or Shaper 3D or whatever you choose to model in. And then it gets to the point where you want to visually show off your renderings and visually show off your designs with renderings in programs like Keyshot. Okay, so Keyshot is great because it works with step files, it works with native SolidWorks files, Rhino files. And sometimes in those scenes, you want to start to add props and you want to start to add additional content to give context to your products. Sketchfab is amazing. It's this user-uploaded database of game-ready assets. Okay, so officially, everything on Sketchfab is set up for gaming, set up for virtual reality and extended reality. So all of the models that you'll find here, you can download from Sketchfab ready textured. Okay, so yeah, so it uses the USDZ file format or USDZ file format, which comes completely textured already. Okay, so as you zoom around these images, this is how it will import into Keyshot, which is what you want to be using if you're an industrial designer. And it's amazing because it's game ready. Okay, so they're really low weight models, really high performance, low number of triangles. And what you'll find is that you can search anything that you want in Sketchfab and something will pop up. But the issue is, now here's the big issue, because they're gaming assets and because they're specifically designed for augmented reality and virtual reality, is that some of the models are really quite janky up close, right? So if I want to search like product, for example, product, some of the models that you'll find here are really janky up close, or they're super stylized and they won't match with the type of scene that you want to create natively in Keyshot. Also, because it's the USDZ file format, sometimes when they import into Keyshot, they're not great, they're not optimized, they don't work, they don't look right. You can trawl through a lot of these images to really make your renders pop, but you really have to trawl through Sketchfab to find the right one. And I truly believe that I've spent more time in Sketchfab looking than I would have spent, if I made the asset myself, for example. Now, I have a website to fix those issues, and let me introduce to you Moment, okay? Now, if you're not familiar with Moment, which you should be by now, it's founded by Liam Martin over on YouTube, and if you're watching my videos but not Liam Martin's videos, you need to go and sort that out as well. But these assets are specifically models for Keyshot, okay? So these will import miraculously, perfectly, every single time. These are set up in Keyshot from the ground up, okay? So no import errors. It's really native to Keyshot. So these scenes that you can see down here, okay, so everything from props to add to your scenes all the way up to full interiors with models applied, textures applied, all the lighting and setup, everything that you need to create an amazing scene. Moment is the place for you in Keyshot. With new assets added all the time, we can even see here the coming soon icon on this plant edition, which I'm actually really looking forward to because we all know how difficult it is to get nice plants working nicely in Keyshot. So the fact that all of these models are added as time goes on, that really goes to show how much you should be paying attention to Moment. These scenes are built by designers specifically for product visualization, and it means that you can spend time doing what you do best, which is designing. Okay, you don't need to spend all of this time in Keyshot anymore. Now, why am I going on about this so much? Well, the reason is because I have been speaking to Liam Martin, and what we wanted to do was to be able to give you a special discount on this channel. So if you use the code IDoDesign on the Moment website, you can get 20% off your first purchase. Okay, so we have agreed to run this system, run this sale for 1 month. So anybody who goes there within the first month, within the month of May, and uses IDoDesign at checkout will get 20% off their first order. There's also links and everything that you can use down in the description below, so we can put some affiliate links down there so you can click through and find out for yourself. But really, do yourself a favor, save yourself some time, and get to the moment.co.uk website to really increase your Keyshot game. Okay, that was a big marketing spiel, but I really truly believe in Moment, and to prove that to you, I've actually been running in the background of this entire video a Moment scene. Okay, so in my other monitor, there's been a Moment scene here. We have this really nice, beautiful countryside office setup. And if we come over to our studios, you can see that Moment even includes different lighting setups that you can flick between. Okay, so different studios. I have not done anything to change this. This is how it's imported into Keyshot. Okay, now let's say I love this scene. I want to add a product that I've designed into it. So I come over here to my library. I can click on models. And let's say I want to bring in my gantry light weight. I'll bring it over here. I'll drag and drop. In it goes. It's pre-lit. Everything's ready to go. And instantly I have a contextual scene where my light that my design is in the scene ready to export and show to clients. Now, again, I can come over to the different studios, and because it imported as a different model set, I can just tick that back on. And there we go. In the dark scene, I think Wait is looking amazing in this Moment office interior. Now, the final website that I want to show you today is Design Truth. Now, if you're in the UK, chances are you've heard of Design Truth before. But if you're outside of the UK, I want to give this website to you, okay? Design Truth is doing something quite different here in the UK. It's all about transparency in the design industry, and it's all about shining a light on what is usually a smoke and mirrors industry, right? So Design Truth does everything from recruitment to special events across the country to even every year a salary guide benchmarked with anonymous industry professionals adding their salary to this guide. And for the third year in a row, this guide has been amazingly useful for everybody in the UK to figure out how much they should be on based on where they live and how many years of experience they have. Ever since the pandemic, when we've all been struggling as a creative community to communicate and interact with each other, Design Truth has been there to not only host podcasts with different designers, but also, now that everything's starting to open up again, host these different events where we can all get together, chat candidly about the industry, as well as meet like-minded designers. So if you're in the UK and you're interested in recruitment or vacancies or where to find the best industrial design studios near you, or thinking about how much you should be paid based on where you live, or you want to find out about the more initiatives that Design Truth are doing, come over to the Design Truth website, learn about the design industry in the UK and support them, because without them, we don't really have a brick and mortar physical sense of community in this design space. So there we have it. We have Savvey, we have Minimalissimo, we have Sketchfab, we have Moment, and we have Design Truth. Those are the 5 websites that I wanted to share with you today. And I don't know, maybe everybody already knew about these websites and I'm preaching to the choir. If you have some amazing websites that you'd like to share with me, let me know down in the comments. Maybe I can make another video like this in the future. I just thought that these websites are ones that I visit frequently and I should pass on to you as well. Don't forget, one last time, head over to Moment, go and use the code IDoDesign, go and get 20% off at checkout for the month of May. And as always, don't forget to like and comment and subscribe and hit the bell button and everything else that YouTube asks you to do. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye.